It is the honesty hour. So today's video is probably going to be highly unedited and kind of rambly, but that's because that's about what we're capable of today. Oh crap, I thought, okay. You know what, I'm just going to keep that part in and put some subtitles in because that's about what our week's been consisting of. We have been super dissociated because we're unearthing, guess what, more trauma, and that has been an adventure. It's been pretty hard to keep grounded. But also, today I wanted to talk about why we've kind of depicted ourselves wrong in this channel a little bit, because I feel like we've drawn ourselves up to be these totally functional multiples on this channel, ones that are just totally happy, have almost complete memory of switches, and are basically just friends with their alters, and they just hang out and switch for fun. But that's really not the case. D.I.D is not as fun as it looks on this channel, and I think that we messed up a little bit by just looking on the brighter side of things. But at the same time, I also think that laughter and good vibes are really good for people, and if they see other people having a good time, they'd be like, hey, maybe I don't have to suffer all the time, maybe I can have fun too, and then work towards having a fun life instead of just being sad or whatever. We want people to be happy. We want people to be able to, I don't know, live their lives without focusing too much on the negative parts of the disorder and focus on what it could be. It could be a fun time if you work together and heal and, put everyone's energy into just connecting with each other within the system. It could be really sweet. But there's also a lot of trauma and stuff that we haven't talked about a lot here because we're still discovering stuff about ourselves, so we can't really talk much about our paths since they're like incomplete, and also because trauma is really dark to talk about, and we don't necessarily want to make people watch that, I guess. I don't know, it might make people uncomfortable or trigger more people, or it might make us uncomfortable for people to know these details about us. It's just we don't know what to share and what to not share about the trauma stuff, so we've just been focusing on, informational videos or fun things because that's what's popping to mind. We're kind of medicating ourselves in that way by making funny videos and stuff. Makes us feel, I don't know, cheerful to make these fun videos. But lately we've been going through a rough patch here. We've been, unearthing more trauma. I don't know if I've talked about this already, so I'm just gonna repeat myself here because we've been having hella memory lapses. So we've been having hella memory lapses, losing a few hours here and there, unearthing more trauma, which has been weird. We might even have had ritual abuse happen to us, but Xavier's been the one who's trying to hide memories and stuff lately, and when we just stumbled upon information that we might have gone through this, he got all quiet and he's been all like, well, now I'm just gonna have to restructure things, and I'm just like, great, where are you gonna hide the memories now, buddy? I have no idea. But yeah, we've been dissociated like heck. Few new alters coming up. They're just getting progressively weirder and weirder. This one now has a Russian accent, which is weird because we have a background and we're Russian. We come from Russian heritage, so that's kind of weird. And also our uncle wanted to teach us Russian, and he was like the main perpetrator, so it's like, oh, that's nice. That's weird. But yeah, at this point we're also trying to find, like, I guess a healthy balance, and also a healthy balance on this channel, honestly, because, too much of a good thing isn't always the best thing, and if we're just happy all the time, then where does that get us? So maybe we should throw some serious things in here, have a serious tone and not try to meme it up like I just reflexively did. Maybe I can be serious again. Because, personally, some altars aren't even, like, the fun type. Like, this is the most genuine that I've been. I'm basically talking to this camera like I would talk to another person, like, honestly, instead of, addressing a crowd. And I think that could be good. Having some, like, heart-to-hearts here. That could be really nice. So, yeah. I think I could probably conclude this video. Like, I've covered some good things. I think I've covered some good things. I'm thinking out loud at this point. I've gone through, why we seem too happy. Why we seem too happy, things that we've been going through, and I think that's it. Okay. I'm grasping at straws. I'm purposefully unediting this so you guys can see what the heck I've been going through. And yeah, take a look at what dissociation really is. D.I.D can suck sometimes. That's the other point that I forgot, that I just tried to list off and stumbled upon. The title of this video, the thing that I've been thinking about for a while, why D.I.D can suck sometimes. Because, Jesus Christ, this sucks. Being, completely dissociated, and then we've been experiencing rapid switches too, where it's just like kind of one altar and it's foggy, then like a few others like try to stumble over each other, fronting for a few minutes here and there with some random ones thrown in, and then like going through periods of just fogginess and like kind of fronting at the same time. Yeah, D.I.D can suck sometimes, not to mention the trauma memories and stuff. Like, I've been feeling like I'm getting stabbed in the stomach for, like, consistently, like, a week now because of physical memories, Trauma really manifests itself in ways that really come back and kind of bite you in the butt. I remembered to not curse. There's something good. But yeah, trauma memories can really come and bite you in the butt, and new altars resurfacing and reemerging and emerging for the first time. It's just like really overwhelming too, because at this point we're at about 118 or 119, and we didn't want to become this big of a system. It just happened. This is just how we are, how our brain is tolerating all the trauma and stuff. It just like put it into very specific little parts, instead of just having very well developed different people as altars. We have some that are less developed, like ones that are specifically for holding these memories, and one for this function and one for following orders and so on and so forth. And those can furtherly develop on their own, instead of just having one altar, a few different ones that just stay in the system and are consistent. Once ours get kind of tired, another one splits off and they share responsibilities, and that's kind of how it works. That's why some people end up with 118 altars, like me here, or even I've heard of people with so many more. I've heard of people with altars up into the thousands. Like, there's really no limit on this here, and that can suck. And then, yeah, just the dissociation itself, trying to grasp at words, and like I feel kind of coherent as best as I can in the given circumstances, but I still feel like I'm grasping at straws. Like, I've got the information in the head somewhere, and it's right there, but I can't quite reach it. It's cloudy, it's foggy, and it's really annoying, in my opinion. So yeah, there are many ways that D.I.D can suck. Oh god, I keep thinking of things last minute. I swear to god, this is one of our traits here, is thinking of things at the last minute and then, like, prolonging the video. But, yeah, altars kind of fighting with each other and stuff. That's definitely a thing that we don't talk about enough here is alters fighting with each other. Because that makes things pretty difficult, especially if you are like, going to get dressed in the morning and you have your clothes on and you're ready to walk out the door or whatever if you're getting ready to leave the house and one altar literally stops you in your tracks and makes you change or maybe even like take a shower when you were planning to prolong that for a little bit and take a shower later. They're like, no, we're doing this now, and then you have to take a shower and then you're kind of late for things. Not to mention really loud music playing in your head a bunch. Oh my god. It's Tool. Tool is loudly playing in my head. I was listening to that song earlier, but it's just stuck there now. And it's really loud. Like, it's so loud I can't really hear myself speak. I don't know if anybody else experiences that. Like, I know that it's in my head, like, it's coming from in my head, not an external source, so I'm not, like, it's not an audio hallucination, it's a thing, it's another, like, thought process that's clashing with my own, and it's weird. That's another thing, that's something that people don't really distinguish between, like, hallucinations. Like, there's ones that you can tell that are in your head, while others you can tell, like, you think you hear music coming from another room, but then you go into the room and there's no music, versus having a song stuck in your head so loudly it just sounds like it's almost playing in headphones in your head. Yeah, I need to do a whole like distinguishing D.I.D and schizophrenia thing. I feel like we could do a really good one of that, so I'm thinking that might be a future video. I'm looking forward to the future also. We've been knitting quite a lot to kind of try to ground ourselves. We've got like a backpack full of stuff that we could put on the Etsy, but executive dysfunction has been a major B word lately. Like, it's hard to get up and do things, and it's mostly because we feel so disconnected from this physical form. But we will try to work on that more. We will try to, brave our technology illiteracy and try to post more things on Etsy, because we found out a really cool way to make cowls, and they look like net, and they're really awesome, and it uses this really thick yarn that I thought was totally useless, so I'm pretty thrilled about that. Yeah, we'll try to do that, and also, we're gonna get around to doing that video about Thick Boy. We posted a poll on Instagram saying, like, ask any questions you want to know about him, and not everybody has an Instagram, so I can ask again. If anybody has any questions they want to know about our awesome ESA Thick Boy, whose real name is actually Nopka, which means button in Russian. Yeah, we're Russian. Yeah, feel free to ask any of those questions down below. We will read every one of them and put the ones that haven't already been asked right in the video. Yeah, there'll be plenty of footage of him, and hopefully we'll get to a place where he'll sit on our lap so we can just film there and he can be in the video too. It'll be great. He'll probably meow a bunch, and it'll be adorable. But that is all that I had for today. Thank you for listening to this ramble. Thank you for sticking to the end, and I hope you all have really good days, or days that are as good as you can make them given your circumstances. That's realistic. I like that. It's a long goodbye, but it's good. Anyway, have a day that is as good as you can make it given your circumstances, and we will see you all in the next video. You guys want to see a trick? 1 second. Alright. This is one of the reasons why he's the best cat ever.